What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris
Ammo.
podcast, episode 112, Takeover Wednesdays. Hope everybody's having a good evening. We got a little early start today.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to start off at the 9 o'clock hour like we usually do. So, we got y'all right when we want y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't sleepy yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all still up. You know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. Before we get into that, Maul, what's going on, man?
Oh man, it's been an interesting last 24, 48 hours for me as a Raider fan. You know what I mean? So I'm sure we're gonna get into that. But overall, man, I'm in good spirits, brother. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. You see that? You see that?
Yeah, man. Congrats, man.
We're gonna talk about
They
it. We're gonna
moved on
talk
to the next round.
we're
Yeah, we'll
gonna
talk
talk
about it. But
we're gonna talk
congrats.
about
Salute,
it.
salute.
You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody messed up my ticket, but it's all good. I'm still in good spirits. Still cool. I ain't gonna say no names, Braves, but Braves
Nah.
messed up my ticket. Padres actually messed up my ticket.
What you mean? What you mean? Still going on, right? Game still going on.
Not the Padres, but the Mets. The Mets messed up my ticket.
Oh, the Mets. Yeah, they fumbled that shit. Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all good. We still in good spirits. So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all right, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's just go ahead and jump this thing off. Devontae Adams possibly being traded.
Mm-hmm.
The teams that are being circulated right now are the Jets and the Saints because his two former quarterbacks that he played with are there. Aaron Rodgers, who he played with for a while at Green Bay, and then Derek Carr, who he played at Fresno State with, and also he went to the Raiders and played with him because that was one of the main reasons why he wanted to come to Las Vegas to play with his best friend Derek Carr. So now
Yeah.
he's saying he wants to, if he can't go to the creme de la creme, go to some quarterbacks that I know is gonna get me the ball. Aaron Rodgers, I know he gonna give me the ball because he loves throwing me the ball. He threw me the ball in Green Bay. He knows how I run my route. Same thing with Derek Carr. So he wants to go to either one of those teams. Also, AP, there was some, Instagram posts and AP liked it, and he didn't refer to him as Devontae Adams. He referred to him as 17, and you know, at all this stuff going on around your team, how are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling I would say deflated at this point because this is literally Groundhog's Day all over again for the third regime in a row. You know what I mean? And we haven't even gotten to month 2 yet in this regime. Like, look, I'll start off with Devontae, man. Like, look, man, if he wants to ask for a trade, you know what I mean? I get it, I understand it, but at the same time, my frustrations with him is that all summer you portrayed that you wanted to be on the Raiders. You fought hard for Antonio Pierce to be your head coach. You come into training camp. You know what I mean. You had the birth of your newborn child. Congratulations to that. Um, you missed 10 days of camp. You come in. You were getting thrown the ball. You've had many drops. You know what I mean, to your own doing. You didn't catch the ball, and then all of a sudden you don't want to be a part of this team no more. You know what I mean? Like you said every press conference that you wanted to be a part of the Raiders, that you wanted to see this thing grow, that you wanted to be a pillar to this organization, and you didn't even last 3 weeks, a month into the season. So I don't know what Devontae Adams wants at this point. I get it that what I mean, does he want to win? I don't know. Like if you go to the Jets, are you trying to tell me you want to win? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, they're in more dysfunction than we are at this point. So what is it that you really want? You got your bread. It's not like the Raiders didn't give you your money. You asked for the coach that you wanted. You and Max Crosby, they gave you the coach. You know what I mean? It's not like you didn't have other pieces to help you be better. I get the offensive line and all that. It could have been better. I get the quarterback situation is not the most ideal situation, but let's be honest, Gardner Minshew was throwing you the ball 10 plus times a game if he could. You know what I mean? So it's frustrating, man. At the end of the day, I'm not surprised that we're going down this rate. And then to get to AP, like my man, like I'm rooting for you every step of the way. I really am. I know there's not many black head coaches in the league, and I'm gonna stick by you. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's not really looking too good for AP either because we're not even, as I said, a month into the season, and it already seems like the whole team is in full turmoil. Like, you know what I mean? We have players who made business decisions. Now we have a star wide receiver who wants out. You sitting here liking posts and not even no matter what's going on between you and Devontae Adams, you didn't even try to talk to Devontae. You just let it slide. It's becoming a soap opera, man. It's like he has to remind himself that he's a head coach and he's a representation of the Raiders organization right now. And at this moment in time, I ask you, Cris, so far these first 4 weeks into the season, what's different between all the drama between Gruden, McDaniels, and Antonio Pierce? What is the difference? To me, it's all the same shit. You know what I mean? It looks like we're about to be a 500 team again. It seems like we're about to win meaningless games again. We're not Super Bowl contenders. We're nowhere close. I feel like we're in the same spot we were 3-4 years ago. So I ask you, what is the difference from this team now from 4 years ago? I don't think it's nothing. So as a Raider fan, you become numb to this shit, but I'm over it at this point. I'm really excited that Lakers season is coming, and you know, I'm burnt out, man. I'm being honest with you. I'm burnt out as a Raiders fan because it's always some bullshit going on with this organization, whether it's ownership, whether it's the head coach, whether it's players going back and forth, whether it's players quitting on plays or whatever, man. It's getting really hard to be a Raider fan right now, man. It really is.
Is this situation a reflection of your owner?
It has to be. He is the owner. He's the owner of the team. Like, look, I think Mark Davis tries to do well. I think he really does. I don't think he's like on this David Tepper type of mode, but let's be honest, man. He should have never had the players choose the head coach. I'm gonna be honest with you. We had the opportunity to get Harbaugh. I get it. There are other reports where, you know, maybe it wouldn't have gone our way with that, but I think we should have had more an extensive look into other head coaches. You know what I mean? I don't know how much it went into it. I know we were one of the first teams to kind of be ahead of the start with, you know, firing Josh McDaniels, but I said I'm really trying to root hard for AP, but he's really making it hard right now to be on his side right now, because it's not like honestly, he's added a lot of fuel to this fire, man. He's added a lot of drama, unnecessary drama. He don't need to be liking posts, man. You're not a player. You're a head coach, bro. And I don't know, man. I said I'm so deflated with talking about this team, bro. It's I don't know, man. You tell me your perspective on everything right now from the outside looking in.
I mean, it's like you said, man. It just seems like it's just dysfunction and toxic energy over there with the Raiders, man. Like there's no organization over there. Ever since Gruden, like it's kind of been like that. I mean, you could probably say before then, but ever since the Gruden situation and he got fired, it's just been kind of downhill for y'all as far as y'all organization. And like, you know, I don't know the answer to, you know, to get it fixed, because I don't know, just come like I'm not trying to dog on Mark Davis, but he's not the and I know people used to dog on Al Davis, and I just think that, you know, in his later years he was just old and he was just
Yeah, he
doing
was
shit.
just old. He was just
He
old
was
and
doing shit.
senile,
Yeah,
respectfully. Yeah, that's all it
he
was.
was doing shit. But in his earlier years, when he was around his son's age, you know,
He was
Al
one of the
Davis,
best owners. He was one of the
yeah,
best owners in the league. Yeah.
yeah, he got shit done, and you know, he had demanded excellence from, you know, from this team, and I don't know if Mark Davis demands that. I don't know if he's just trying to keep the, of course, you're the son of Al Davis, so you're trying to keep the Raiders, you know, and all that alive. But sometimes when you have a team that has a strong fan base, they know that strong fan base, even though I know that strong fan bases can turn on a team in a quickness, because there was some year it was going to get dark for for the Chiefs, you know, at one time. It had Clark Hunt hadn't made no changes, and so I know what it's like to have toxic ownership and toxic leadership, GMs and coaches. Um, I don't know. It's going to take Mark Davis to get the right guy in here. I don't know if hopefully it's AP. Hopefully AP uh, turns it around, and this whole mess with Devonte Adams. Once they trade him away, maybe he can get back control of this team. Um, but him, liking posts and calling players out in the media, like that's some stuff you do behind closed doors, man. And you gotta be better than the players. You know what I'm saying? When you're the coach, you know what I'm saying? They got to be able to look at you to be like, all right, coach demands this from me. You know what I'm saying? Most good coaches, they don't call their players out through the media. They do it behind closed door. Hey, Jack Jones, you need to play better than that. Hey, Devontae, what you doing, man? What we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just I don't know where to start. I don't know. I don't know if AP is going to be one and done, because if he loses his locker room, then they might demand him to leave, and your fan base might demand him to leave. So,
Well, I'll say this, like, to answer Ant's question, who is the leader in the room? We have no leader in the room right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was supposed to be Antonio Pierce, but he can't even get his players in line at this particular point. He was supposed to be the guy to change the culture. I feel like it's literally the same, maybe even worse at this particular time. At this point, I'm just waiting for Max Crosby to be like, I need to get the fuck up out of here. That's honestly my mindset right now. And it's like we're not no ordinary fan base where it's just like I look at like the Eagles, bro. I don't think Eagles fans should be bitching and crying about what situation that they're in. Like, they got one of the best ownerships in the league. Yeah, their team may not be performing at the expectations that they thought, but let's be honest, the Eagles have been a winning organization for almost the last 10 to 20 years, even going back into, like, when they used to have Andy Reid and stuff like that. So this is not where I think us as fans are impatient. We've been dealing with this for 20 plus years. I think we deserve the right to be impatient. And anybody that's in the media that tells us, oh, like, it's just, Raider fans being mad for nothing, what I mean, what they want to do, they want to fire the head coach. At this point, we want anything that's going to make this organization not a laughing stock. Like, we're in the category of organizations where we're looked at as a laughing stock. You know what I mean? Like, I always wear my Raider gear with pride and shit like that, but it gets to a point where we want to wear this with real pride and people respect the fucking logo. At this point, people can't even respect the fucking logo, and we should be one of the we're one of the most historic franchises in NFL history. We pioneered a lot of shit. So it gets to the point, man, where it's like, Mark Davis, you need to figure something out. If it gets to the point where it's like, bro, maybe you need to turn to Bill Belichick and have him just run the whole entire organization. Maybe you need to go that way. Like, you had the opportunity to change the culture, and I get it. AP kind of showed a little things here and there, but like it's hit the wall already. It's hit the wall already. You know what I mean? You already have a player that fought for you, already wanted to leave. And he's up there acting like a goddamn player, liking shit, calling out players. Like, bro, it seems like you need to have a summer under Mike Tomlin or some shit. Like for real. Like, and I'm trying to root for this brother so hard, bro. I'm really am. And it's not like we don't have pieces on this team to, like, young talent to make us go further. And it's like, yeah, does it suck Devontae Adams wants to leave? Yeah, but I also get it that he's a 32-year-old wide receiver who's getting older, whose cap hit is pretty bad next year. So yeah, I understand we got to get him off the books. I'm not even mad at that shit. But it's to the point where we're not even doing it to be better. We're trying to do it just to quiet the noise and quiet the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We're not even doing this for growth. We're doing this just to try to fucking stay afloat. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Like, it's crazy. And I'm burnt the fuck out. Like, you know what I mean? And just make this happen. Make sure we get some quality for this trade. And then hopefully AP can get his shit together and steer it in the right direction and actually prove that he can be the head coach of this goddamn team. And if he can't do that, then Mark Davis needs to stand up again. He gonna hear the fans and be like, look, you need to make this right, because Raider fans are tired, bro. We saw on Sunday how many Browns fans were in that stadium. You can't tell me Raider fans ain't over the bullshit. Like, we've been promised all this, and we gonna change the color. Raider pride this, Raider pride that. I ain't seen it on the field. Shit look helter skelter to me. Yeah, our defense looks okay. Yeah, we look like it's up and coming, but the bullshit and the drama in that locker room hasn't changed. It looks like so. We'll see what happens here the rest of the year, but I'm not really in a happy place right now with this team.
If you guys continue to win, will that alleviate your frustrations?
It depends. Like, we won 2 games. We're 2-2 in our division, and yet it still looks like it's DEFCON 5 in our organization. So like I need some normalcy. I need some competence. I need some leadership. I don't need drama. Like, yeah, we can win games, but if he's going to continue calling out players, or we're going to have players quit, or we're going to win one game, then get blunt. Like, we're going to win games that we shouldn't win, and then lose games that we shouldn't. Win games that we shouldn't, and then lose games that we shouldn't. Then, like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? As I said, this looks like a repeated season of what we had last year. So, like, as I said, it has to look different, and right now it don't look different. So, if we go in having another 8-8 season, what does that prove to me? It means we're not getting another young star quarterback unless we trade up. You know what I mean? And me and you talked about it. To me, I only see 2 legitimate quarterbacks that are even worth drafting in the first round, to me. So if you can't get one of those top 2 picks, then what's the point? What's the point of being 7-9, 9-7, and you miss the playoffs? What's the point of that? What is that getting us? What quarterback are we going to get? How much draft capital do we have to trade up just to get that quarterback? When we could have just, like, I'm not for tanking, but come on, man, we got to be smart with this shit. Like, we've been literally around 500 for the past 4 years, and we haven't been able to draft for shit. That's another thing. Our draft record is pretty bad right now. So it's not like I have the utmost confidence in our drafting capabilities as well. And I get it, it's a new regime, but I gotta believe it I gotta see it to believe it. So I don't want to see another 7-9 season. Either we're gonna be good and make the playoffs and have a legit chance to make a run, or if we're not, and we're going to tend to be 8-8 or whatever, man, just lose these fucking games, man. And let's get a high draft pick and get a quarterback and start reestablishing who we are. Because being 800 makes no sense for this team. And anything in sports, you know it and I know it. It's better to either be dead last or be first. Being in the middle and being junked up with the rest of the teams don't do you no good. Unless if you have a real smart GM, which we don't know. Like Telesco, he did some promising things with the Chargers. And then he did some bad things as well. So doesn't have the most perfect record. So as an organization, you don't have a good track record. So I don't know. I need to see different, man. Like 8-8 ain't going to cut it for me. I'm not going to be satisfied with that. I'm just going to be, it's another season that we're not going to get another quarterback in the draft.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Hopefully it works itself out, brother.
Yeah, we'll see.
Works.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Shit.
All right, man. Let's talk a little WNBA, man. Playoffs right now. Now on Sunday, the Aces played the Liberty. They end up losing 87-77. Then the Sun played the Lynx. So the Sun ended up beating the Connecticut Suns, ended up beating the Minnesota Lynx 73-70. And then on Tuesday they played again. The Aces lose again 84-88. And then the Sun and Link played, and the Sun ended up losing 70-77.
Mm-hmm.
So the Link and the Sun are tied up 1-1. Aces are down 2-0. Let's start with the Aces. Do you think it's over?
I do. I think it's over. The New York Liberty are just too big of a team. Like, we're too small. Aces doesn't really have any help in the paint at all with rebounds. We had a chance to win that game, and losing the way we lost it was a gut punch. Like, I don't know what Chelsea Gray was doing with that pass. You had Jackie Young wide open in the middle of the court. Yeah, you trying to throw this hard pass in the corner to Kelsey Plum, who was sitting on the bench for most of the end of that fourth quarter. So I don't know, man. Unless Asia has a big MVP, like Asia's gonna have to be give us an MVP style game. Like, she hasn't given us that yet. But she needs to have a huge game. Chelsea Gray is gonna have to have a huge game. We're gonna need help off the bench, but the Liberty, man, they're just too good, too deep, too big. So I don't see it, but I know those ladies aren't gonna go down without a fight. So I expect them to give it everything that they have on Friday night. But it's gonna be hard, man. Sabrina Ionescu has been playing some of her best ball. Brianna Stewart is looking like the MVP of these playoffs so far, man. And Jonquel Jones, man, she's so big in the middle, man. You know, Asia can only do so much, man. So you know, she's gonna need more help. But man, I just don't see it, man. They're just too big, man.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I just think the Liberty. I just think they want it. I think they're hungry. I think they remember last year playing this team, and I just think that it's hard to three-peat in any sport. You know what I'm saying? So when a team that they trying to get where you're at, you know what I'm saying, they might just want it a little bit more. Not to say that these ladies don't want it. It just seems like the Liberty are just a little bit more hungrier for this W. So I tend to agree with you. I think I like you said, I don't think they go out without a fight, but I do think the Liberty do take the next game and end up moving on to the finals.
Yeah, I also think what Becky Hammond said, where she was like, people are coming at us, people are angry at us. We've been doing too many commercials, this and that. I think there's just been a lot of noise around the Aces too, with the Hamby stuff, and now this Asia Wilson stuff coming out. Talking about the white privilege and all that with Kelsey Plum. You're starting to hear all that, and I mean, it just seems like it's just been too much noise going on, and you kind of see with Becky Hammond, like with that one time out, and she was just like literally berating her whole team on the sideline. You could just tell, like, I don't know, maybe this team needs like a wake up call or maybe a fresh start with the roster or something like that. I know Kelsey Plum is up. Kelsey Plum has been one of our better players in the league. I would expect her to get re-signed next year, but I don't know, man. I don't know if this team wants to go in a new fresh start with this roster. Maybe they got everything they could out of this roster, and they're going to need to change it up. I know for a fact, if they do lose, they're definitely going to need to add size to this team. You know what I mean? To help Asia Wilson out, so that'll be one of the big key things. So we'll see, man. As me and you said, I think they'll go out swinging. I think it'll be a close game on Friday night, but winning the series, I think it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, for sure. And then, like I said, the Sun and the Lynx, they are split. The Sun ended up pulling it out in the first game, and then the Lynx, they did that thing in the second game. How are you feeling in this series? Do you think the Lynx are going to take this series, or you think this is going to be a dogfight?
Nah, this is going to be a dogfight, man. This series is going to go all the way to 5 games to me. I wouldn't be surprised if it's another split in Connecticut and it's a game 5, win it all. Back in Minnesota. But Bonner and Elisa Thomas, man, those are 2 dogs right there. You know what I mean? They're not going to go out without a fight, and they're deep. They're loaded with Mabry and all those ladies over there, and we all know what the Lynx are capable of. So, this is going to be a dogfight, man. This is the series to watch. Obviously, we thought the Aces and Liberty would be more like this, but this is going to be a good one. Those ladies have been battling out, so I expect this to go to 5.
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised. I actually thought the Lynx was gonna, kind of dominate this one. But shout out to the Connecticut Sun, man. They showing that they belong in this, and I tend to agree with you. It's gonna go to 5, man. And what better, better for us. You know what I'm saying?
No,
because we get to watch this. So
sure.
shout out to these ladies, man. They really holding it down in this series. So, but I'm picking the Lynx to win this series.
I'm gonna go with the Sun. I think the Sun will. I think they're gonna surprise them, man. I think Elisa Thomas and Bonner, man. I think they want that. They want that chip.
I'm not gonna be mad at that, because anytime I get to see my girl over there.
Who?
And Carrington playing for the Sun. Don't she play for the Sun?
Yeah, she do. Yeah. Don't let her girlfriend hear that. She'll whoop your ass.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's talk a little baseball. Wild card playoffs. They started today.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Detroit Tigers versus the Houston Astros. You had the Royals versus the Baltimore Orioles. You had the New York Mets versus the Milwaukee Brewers, and right now you got the Padres and the Braves going on. It's in the top of
Padres
the.
won the series. They just finished.
They just finished. Okay,
Yeah, Padres
so
won.
what was it, 4-5?
I don't see the score, but they won the game, so they're moving on to the next round.
So I think it was 4-5 and all that. So yeah, man. Let's start with the Tigers and Astros, man.
Mhm.
Uh, the Tigers had got up early on the Astros, and then the Astros end up tying it up, and then I want to say it was in the sixth or seventh inning. That's when uh, I don't know who, I forgot who hit it in, but somebody hit a couple base runs in, RBIs in, a couple guys ran it in, and
Mhm.
they got the lead 5-2, and they end up sticking it out, and the Tigers end up beating the Astros. Shout out to the Tigers, man. You know what I'm saying? They are. The funny thing about the Tigers is they have no like all-star hitters over there. They're just a scrappy, gritty team who just gets a bunch of RBIs, just guys who just base run ins and just hit guys to the home plate. You know what I'm saying? That's all they are. There's no big home run hitters over there. Their bullpen is rather young. They're a very young team. They remind me of the 2014 KC Royals. Like they're just real scrappy. They don't have no big time players. Nobody knows anybody over there, but they get it done. And shout out to them. They're moving on to face the Cleveland Guardians.
Nah, as you said, I think this team is built for the postseason. The way you talk, you know what I mean. Like you're not gonna get a lot of home runs and long balls in the postseason, man. You're gonna, it's gonna like it's a lot of short balls, man. Need great pitching, need great defense, and they have that. And then this is a young team, so they're playing on ignorance. You know what I mean? They're going out there
Mm.
and they just having fun. So I think with all the combinations that they have, man. That's the scariest team to play. Now, who they play? Who do they play next round? Do they play the Guardians, right?
Yeah, they play the Cleveland
They play the
Guardians.
Guardians. So we all know the Guardians are a legitimate team, but so I'm gonna be very curious to see how they respond. Can they keep this you know keep going on, man? Because I think they've been one of the more surprising teams, to make the playoffs. So no one really expected Detroit. So I know Detroit's out there celebrating. They got their lines, doing really good, and then now you got your Tigers. So I know it's going up in Detroit right now.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Then my KC Royals end up beating the Baltimore Orioles 2-1. They got up. Kansas City got up early 1-0. They were that all the way up into the top of the fifth. It was bases loaded. MJ Melendez had an opportunity to hit a grand slam and pull this game away, and then he struck out. Man, that's when it started kind of falling apart a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the next, at the bottom of the fifth, Mullins hits a home run to tie it up. It's 1-1. Um, and it started getting a little crazy because they had bases loaded too. But
Mm-hmm.
then they got him out, and then in the sixth round, in the top of the sixth, my guy Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah.
hit one in the infield. Got one. Got a base. I think it was Massey who ran it in. Yeah, I think it was Massey who ran it in. But end up running in, making it 2-1, and then our pitching just took off from there. We were striking them out left and right, getting pop flies and all that stuff. And shout out to the Royals. They end up advancing, and we will be facing the Yankees.
What's your confidence level going into the Yankee series? When that starts Saturday? That series starts Saturday or something.
I don't know. I think did Mad Dog and them say it started Monday?
Monday. That's a
I don't
long
know.
time, right, man.
Because that was his complaint. That
Oh, because they got like 9 days off.
yeah, he was.
Well,
That
wouldn't
was his
that?
complaint. It
Wouldn't
might be
you rather?
Saturday. It might be Saturday. It might be Saturday though.
Yeah, I would think it would be Saturday if it started Monday. I would have. I would if I were the Royals. I wanted to start as soon as possible. Keep this momentum going on. But yeah. But anyways, but what's your confidence level going into that series?
Um, I'm at 40%. You know what I'm saying? The thing about like you said in in playoffs, it's not about hitting the ball because it's not a lot of home runs in the playoffs. It's more so about pitching and defense. And I think we got that. I think we got good pitching with Seth Lugo and Cole Reagans and a few other guys. I know they got Aaron Judge over there and they got a few other guys over there. But I do think we have a good chance. I think if we could we got to split. I think if we could split and bring it to Kaufman split, then I think we have a good chance of winning this series.
I think your confidence level should be higher because the way the Yankees came into the postseason, and they don't look like they're, what I mean, like they don't look as dominating as they were in the beginning of the year. So if I'm the Royals, I would have all the confidence in the world going to play in Yankee Stadium. You know what I mean? I don't think the allure of the new Yankee Stadium ain't the same like the old one. You know what I mean? It's not like they're that dominant at home. You know what I mean? Especially in the playoffs as of late. You know what I mean? They haven't really been dominant at all like the old Jeter days. So, if I'm a Royals fan, I should have all the confidence in the world to go in there and maybe even win both games, in New York. You know what I mean? The way they've been playing. So,
and it's like DJ and the Royals pitching. That's why that's my confidence is high in the pitching. It's just that, we got to start. And I know, runs don't come as easy in the playoffs, but we got to start hitting some of these runs in, man. Like Willie Pass, Bobby Witt, Salvi, and they got to stop trying to hit at these stupid pitches, man. That's what was pissing me off in this game is that Salvi, even Bobby Witt Jr., he was like, the ball was going super low to the left, and they swinging at it, and it's like, why are you swinging at that, man?
Yeah.
Like, stop. Like, you ain't got to try to hit it at everything. Like, It's okay to get a ball. it's okay.
Facts, yeah.
If he walks you, that's a good thing, So, just they got to play a little bit smarter against the Yankees. That's all.
Yeah.
They got some guys. They got like no disrespect to the Baltimore Orioles, but Yankees got some guys over there. If you slip up and Judge get hot, and some of these other guys on that team get hot, this is like.
No, yeah, the middle of the lineup for the Yankees is pretty. They got some bombers on there for sure. You know what I mean? They ain't called the Bronx Bombers for no reason, but I said the way they been trending into the playoffs this year, it wasn't in the most positive manner for the Yankees. Even their pitching is pretty questionable. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you can control them from not making the big plays, big home runs and stuff like that, Royals got a shot. Royals got a legit shot.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, and DJ Ant agrees too that we could just steal one. We could steal one of these games. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back to Kaufman. Kaufman gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the crowd gonna be pumped up in KC. That that'll be a good look. We go down 2-0, man.
I've seen crazier things happen in baseball.
I have too. And baseball is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It is crazy in baseball. So, but shout out to the Royals and the Tigers. The Mets end up losing to the Brewers 5-3. I only got to catch like the first 5 innings of this game. It seemed like the Mets were kind of in control in the beginning, but then I guess they messed up.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch too much of the game either. I know last time I checked, they were up like 3-1. So I don't even know what happened, how they even fumbled it. I didn't even get to watch the replays before we even got on. But man, hey man, shout out to the Brewers, man. I'm sure New York is gonna be live. Up and live. But I'm assuming they play Friday. Travel day tomorrow. So yeah, man. I'm sure New York will be out.
And who do they play next?
Who would they play? I think they would play the Phillies. Whoever wins that will play the Phillies.
Okay.
Which will be tough. That would be tough. Phillies have been one of the better teams in the league all year. So
then we get in the Padres versus the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's looking like that. Yeah. So, and that series is going to be good, boy. That series is going to be good because the Padres low-key been having the Dodgers number. So, like, look, man, I know the Dodgers, they're stacked. You know what I mean? You got the greatest. I look like the greatest of all time in Shohei. Mookie Betts has been one of the best postseason players of all time. But the Padres, for some reason, just have been having the Dodgers number. So, I know Dodgers fans are probably a little nervous going into this series. You know what I mean? Like the pitching for the Dodgers, it's been kind of up and down a little bit too, but we'll see. You know what I mean? I know there were rumors about maybe Shohei, maybe, pitching for a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if they want to risk that. I know they were trying to hold him out until next year before they started reintroducing the pitching aspect to his game. So, but I'm definitely looking forward to that series. I think that one's going to be really good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that should be an interesting series for sure. And if the Dodgers gonna get it done, they better get it done this year, man. Because yeah, it's a lot of pressure on them, and that's the one thing. Can you handle that pressure? Because, like I said before, when these playoffs started, with the MLB, they want Dodgers versus Yankees.
They do. But look, man, Dodgers don't got a payroll anyway. So if they don't win this, they're just gonna add probably somebody else on this goddamn team.
Same thing with the Yankees.
Yeah, man. I feel like their payroll is like $2 billion right now. I mean, people they got on that team, shoot, sooner or later, man, they'll probably get like Bryce Harper or some bullshit, try to steal him. Well, Bryce Harper, he got like 8 years left on this fucking deal or some shit.
Mets bullpen, that's what happened. Put the wrong pitcher in the 8th, and the rest is history. Okay.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. I feel like that's usually what happens.
What's the name almost made that mistake? Detroit. They put that rookie in. He almost fell apart.
This is when managers are really important to their squad, man. They gotta know the temperature of their team. You know what I mean? This is when they make their big money. So,
dude, only pitched 4 innings. You gonna put him in this spot? What's wrong with you, man?
You gotta know your team, man. Gotta know your team.
As soon as they put him in, it was hitting on him. Pah! You can see it in his face. He's about to cry. But no, shout out to all the teams that advanced, man. And hey, man, playoff baseball is always fire. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It's intense. When we had that 2-1 lead, I felt like a dude with 50 kilos in the back of my trunk with the police behind him. The anxiety was high.
Man.
All right, man. Let's give our top 5 NFL power rankings.
You want me to go first or you?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Well, I'll go from 5 to 1. So at number 5, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. I think I know they had that weird game where they lost to the Denver Broncos, but Denver Broncos defense has been playing a little bit better. Yeah, Bo Nix ain't gonna do what he did against the Bucs, too often. But I think the way the Bucs responded against the Philadelphia Eagles, I thought that was really impressive. I think they got a deep squad, man. I still think Mike Evans hasn't even really had a big game yet. Like he looked a lot better last week, but so I got them at number 5. I got the Texans at 4. You know what I mean? I know you kind of posed a question on Monday, like, do I have any worries with this Texans team? I do not. I know. We expect them to play better, but at the end of the day, they're still winning these games, and I still expect them to be one of the Super Bowl contenders heading into the playoffs. So, they're 3-1. So I got them at number 4. I got the Detroit Lions at number 3. I think they just have so many weapons. Jared Goff, he had the perfect game. They have one of the best running tandems in the league with Montgomery and Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, he's looking amazing. Laporta hasn't even had a really good explosive game yet, you know what I mean? So we expect that. That's overdue. So this team is rocking. I got your Kansas City Chiefs number 2. I know a lot of people would be like, Kansas City should be 1, but look, I expect them to play better. And on top of that, all these injuries, it's going to start coming. It's going to start hurting this team. And we got to ask the question, how many close games is this team going to win? Are they going to win every game by 3 and less? Because at this point, it seems like y'all just will find a way. So I got y'all number 2. And then I think it's hard not to put Minnesota number 1. They've just been really, really dominant. And it's not like they're beating scrub teams. Like as I said, they beat the San Francisco 49ers, they beat the Texans, and then literally the first half they were literally dog walking the Packers. So that's my top 5. Honorable mentions, I got the Commanders, Ravens, and the Bills. Those were all kind of I was trying to find a way to put the Commanders in top 5, but looking at their schedule, they haven't really beat anybody impressive. I guess if you want to say the Cincinnati Bengals one, on the road was impressive. I get that. I still don't think Cincinnati's a great team, but I get the road aspect. And some people didn't expect the Commanders to be able to beat Joe Burrow. And then obviously Jaden Daniels has been playing amazing. So, we'll see this week. If they win again, I might have to put them top 5. So, but that's my top 5
for sure. All right. So at number 5, I got the Houston Texans at number 5. You know, bouncing back after a big, getting smoked by the Vikings the week before. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in a close one, and we know that AFC division games or any division game is going to be tough. I don't care what the record is; they're always going to fight each other. They know each other so much because they play each other twice a year. So.
Right.
That CJ Stroud pulled it out at the end, and that's all that matters. And once they get mixing back, I think they'll be better. So, I got the Ravens at number 4. Man, I just like despite them letting the Cowboys back in the door, I also think there was a questionable roughing the passer call on Dak Prescott that made that score a lot closer than what it really was. But Derrick Henry is rolling. He's been rolling for the past few weeks now. And they dominated that Buffalo Bills team from start to finish. So I'm going to show them some love, man. They started looking rare form now. You know what I'm saying? They're looking like the Ravens that we thought we was going to get, from the start of the season. I got to go. I'm with you. I got to go with the Lions, man. They look great, man, on Monday night, man. They was explosive from the jump. And that was a good game. Shout out to Seattle, man. Like, they shouldn't hang their head down there. Geno played a really good game, actually. But it was I just think Lions were just too much. They just was on, man. They was hot. There was just no stopping them from Montgomery and that run to, the Jared Goff 18 for 18, and he even caught a pass in the end zone, and just Jameer Gibbs, and just now one thing they do need to fix. Terrion Arnold, you gotta stop holding, bro. You don't cost
Nah, yeah, boys,
bro.
he's bad, bro. He's bad. They were talking about like, bro, got to wear the mitts over the weekend, over the week, man. Yeah, now they got to do something. But yeah, they got to do something with that. Let me ask you.
Carlton Davis ain't no better because he's over there holding, and they might have been should have been the pass interference on your man DK Metcalf in the end zone.
Right.
It is what it is.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Minus your team, let's not put your team involved. Yeah. Do you think the Detroit Lions have the best home field advantage right now?
It's up there. That crowd is hype. They hype, man. I shout out to Detroit, man. They showing out for that squad, man. It's not your daddy's Detroit Lions anymore.
No. You can feel the energy out in that stadium, bro. They know they've never won a Super Bowl, and they know this team has every capability of winning the Super Bowl. Hell, they should have probably made the Super Bowl last year if it wasn't for a couple of mistakes. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure. I'm with you. I got the Chiefs at number 2. They're still undefeated, so I'm gonna put them there, even despite all the injuries and on Patrick Mahomes. I want to fight him right now, but still. I still want to fight him.
Right.
But still, the defense is still playing really good, and our running game is still, solid. And, so I'm putting them at 2. But I'm with you. Minnesota Vikings have been killing it, dog. They just they're probably surprising because a lot of people didn't expect this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We thought they had a chance to be decent with Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? Like, a mid-level team. Possibly, get that 5th, 6th, 7th seed, you know what I'm saying, in the playoffs or something like that, make a little splash there. We didn't expect this. And I think the difference maker is Brian Flores in that defense because we didn't expect this from the defense. When you have Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones, it's hard to not – if you got a competent, solid quarterback, you could put some points up with that cast of characters. You know what I'm saying? But – this way this defense is playing, despite how, okay, Green Bay, they gave up some points, but I just think they let their foot off the gas. And
that's what I think so too,
I think they let their foot off the gas a little bit. So, you got to put the Minnesota Vikings up there. They're just playing outstanding football, and they are the best team in the league right now. All right, man. Let's go on let's do our better surefire picks right now. Let you go first.
All right, man. So I'm gonna go tomorrow. You got the Falcons and Bucks. I'm gonna take the Atlanta money line. I like them a lot. I know the Bucks have been playing pretty well, but I don't know, for some reason I don't know. I think the Falcons will pull it off tomorrow. I got the Ravens -3 on Sunday against the Bengals. I just think that running attack is gonna be too much for the Bengals team. And then I'm gonna take Steelers money line. You know what I mean? Shout out to Show.
You silly. Hold on. So tomorrow, I'm taking the over in tomorrow's game. I think the game is going to go over. I think it's going to be some touchdowns scored in this game. Um, so yeah, I also like Bucky Irvin over 60 and a half rushing and receiving yards over 60 and a half. Give me that. And give me a Baker Mayfield over on touchdowns.
Not mad at that.
So yeah, that's my better surefire picks right
Okay, I dig it.
there. I'm gonna play the sound effects first, and then I'll do the. All right, if you go to our social media accounts, you see the link. A link to the website. First time users only. Bet a minimum of $100 to $5,000. You sign up, put in the promo code Jordan125, and you get 125% signing bonus. That is three risk bets. What does that mean, Chris? That means that if you bet $100 with three deposits of $100 in there, and you lose, you get $100, man.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it. You know what I'm saying? What better? That's a deal right there. You don't lose money at all. And if you win money. So why not do it? Go ahead and make some money. Go ahead and make some bets. Use our bets. Let's be over here making. Shout out to Vegas.
Yes up, yes up.
All right, man. Let's do the college, man. Now this week, yeah, not that many big games to me. So I'm just gonna give you three. If you got some more, then you can go ahead and put them out there. But I'm gonna give you my three games that I'm looking at. So of course Friday in Las Vegas, UNLV, Allegiant Stadium versus Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with UNLV. They got the hot hand right now. My man Hodge Malik Williams is going to show out again. I think that defense is going to put pressure on the quarterback of Syracuse, and I got us winning 35-24.
Yeah, man. I got to rock with my Rebels, man. I'm wearing the UNLV hoodie, Rebels all day. I gotta go with my boys, man. I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna put on another show. I could see. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I could see UNLV winning like 42 to like a 27.
Okay. Then I got my Missouri Tigers traveling to Texas Station, Texas A&M. Hostile environment, by might I add. This is a big game for Missouri. But I got to roll with the Tigers, baby. We're going to win. It's a close one, and a close one. 38-35.
Look, I don't think y'all been impressive the last 2 weeks. The way y'all been looking at home, maybe this was just you being complacent. This is definitely the toughest matchup you guys will have so far this year. I'm gonna go with y'all. I think y'all are the more explosive offensive team. I think I could see a situation where you guys start out slow just because of that atmosphere. I think Texas A&M is going to be pretty hype. I wouldn't be surprised if they jumped on you a little early, but I think you guys will end up settling down, and then I think y'all win 27-24.
Okay. Number 12, Ole Miss travels to South Carolina. This is a huge game for Ole Miss. They need to get that bad taste out of their mouths from last week. South Carolina's a tough team. They're not going to be easy. But I'm going to go with Ole Miss in a high-scoring game. I got 35-31.
I got upset.
Oh,
I think South Carolina going to upset. I think they're going to beat Ole Miss. I could see it. I'm going to go 35-33, South Carolina.
wow. Damn. You got any other games?
I would say other games I would say watch out for. I think Michigan going to Washington. I think that'll be an interesting game, seeing how that goes on the road. We know I think Washington is a better team than advertised. I know they did lose a lot of pieces last year, plus their head coach. But going to Washington, I think that's one of the tougher atmospheres. Michigan, they don't really have the best passing game. You know what I mean? They're going to need a dominant running game and a dominant defensive side. But I think that should be a game to watch. Anything else? Yeah, it's a pretty slow week this week. I don't see Penn State having any trouble with UCLA. I don't think Tennessee will have any problems with Arkansas, but it is a SEC game, so you never know. It could be a lot closer than we expect. My Gators play UCF off that big loss against Colorado. I think Florida should win that game, but I wouldn't be surprised. And then Miami goes to Cal. I don't think they should have any problems with Cal. Hell, Cal lost to goddamn Florida State. So I expect Miami to dog wash them. But again, it's on the road, foreign territory. They're not used to traveling. They're traveling all the way to Cali from Miami, 3,000-mile trip. So it's just something to keep your eye out. But yeah, slow week. I think the Arizona Texas Tech game will be exciting though. I think that might be the most exciting.
I was thinking about that game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a high scoring game. Definitely take the over in that one.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. The segment that is sweeping the world, making all the ladies scream, all the fellas hate.
Don't know why.
Maul's favorite segment.
And Chris's.
It's random news, people.
Yes, sir.
If I can find the clip. It is now time for Maul's random news.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random News, sponsored by absolutely nobody. One day, hopefully, it will be sponsored by somebody. Chris's favorite segment of the week, my favorite segment of the week, and I'm sure everybody else's favorite segment of the week. All right, started off. Sad news. We lost another legend again. I don't know what's going on in the water, but we lost John Amos, guy from Good Times, guy from Roots. He did a lot of other movies, man. He passed away at 84. What are your thoughts, man? Anything you would like to say? Remember
Chiefs Kingdom legend. He was part of the Chiefs Kingdom. He's a super Chiefs fan. He actually tried out for the Chiefs and he didn't make it, but he ended up being real cool with a lot of players from the Chiefs. So it is very sad loss. He had some iconic roles, from Coming to America, and a few other various movies, man. But yeah, he's definitely going to be missed, man. He's definitely going to be missed.
Yeah, for sure, man. Prayers, condolences to his family. He gave us a lot of great art, great pieces that will live on for the rest of time. Hope he's up there with peace with the rest of the legends that passed these last couple weeks, man. It seems like we're losing a legend a day at this point, man. So, cherish him while we have him here. Cherish everybody that's here, man. Tell somebody you love him, man. And prayers up to him and his family. And in lighter news, seems like Jaden Daniels is very, very popular. He was the number one selling jersey on Fanatics this past week. Are you surprised? Do you think he deserves it? Or do you think somebody else should have that title?
No, he deserves everything that he's getting. The kid is playing really well. He's got Washington looking really good. He's the reason why they're winning these games. That offense is rolling now. Him, Terry McLaurin, they got a nice connection going on. And he probably might be, if they keep this up, they're going to win that division. I don't believe in nobody else in that division. So, yeah.
Do you think he's the best quarterback in the division?
Right now, he is.
Yeah. Him and Dak, but I would probably give the slight edge to Jaden Daniels right now. So I'm happy for him, man. I wouldn't be surprised. If I wasn't a Raider fan, I'll be rooting for Jaden Daniels. If I was that type of fan who would just root for the player, Jaden Daniels would be one of them. So, shout out to him, man. Got some boxing news, couple boxing segments. Gervonta Davis announced that he's fighting Lamont Roach in December in Houston, Texas. What are your thoughts? What is your level of excitement? And are you going to be part of the Fire Stick boys and not pay for this fight?
I don't know what you're talking about. I support every fighter that I love, and I pay for the stuff.
That's peace.
Yeah. Look, man, I like Lamont Roach, but brother, you have no chance in hell. You don't get knocked out just like the rest of them. So it is
Yeah.
what it is.
What's your level of excitement for this fight?
It's at a 6.5.
And you higher than me. I'm like at a 3. We all know it's gonna be like if you're
Although,
watching.
shout out to Robert Glasper, he's saying that this is real. Like this is a challenger right here. He'll never get PBC. He's just showing love to a PBC fighter. He hates PBC, so he's showing.
Well,
love.
hey, look, man. No disrespect to Lamont Roach. I have not watched the fight, so I do not know your skill set. I'll be more than happy to do some research on you, brother. And when it gets closer to the fight, I will have a real announcement on you. Right now, I just do not know. But you know, I think all of us will have some level of excitement for a Tank Davis fight because he always puts on the show. It's always exciting. There's always knockouts. There's always big punches. So it should be good. In Houston, Texas, you know, all the bad ones I'm sure will be out there for the fight. So should be good. In other boxing news, obviously we have the Undisputed video game coming out next week. We just got breaking news where it seems like Ryan Garcia is getting booted from the game. So when the update comes out for that, he's currently in the pre-release stages of the game, but due to WBC, I guess there's some shit going on. He will not be in the updated version of the game when it comes out to consoles. What's your feeling about this? And then also, what other fighters would you like to see in the game, and what's your level of excitement for the game, which I think comes out Tuesday?
For the Ryan Garcia thing, I'm mad because now I can't beat his ass in the game. I want to knock him out several times, but can't do that. Who other fighters? I don't know because I don't know who's all in this game yet. Like, of course, I want Mayweather in the damn game.
You gotta pay Mayweather. You gotta
pay him.
Yeah. Obviously, you got Terrence Crawford. You got Terrence Crawford. You got Canelo. You got Tyson Fury. You got Sergio Martinez in the game. I think you got Amir Khan in the game. Amir Khan? Yeah, I think you got Amir Khan in the game. I would love to see, like, obviously Teofimo's getting a lot of hate right now due to his monkey comments. That we can talk about that another day. I would like to see Teofimo in there. I would love to see Shakur Stevenson and all that. Also involved in this game, Devin Haney came out and said the reason why he's not in the game is because he wanted to be on the cover. And when they said they're going Canelo's route, he said he did not want to participate in the game. He didn't want to put his likeness in the game. What is your thoughts about that portion of that?
He's stupid. That was his daddy. Anything that he do is his daddy's decision.
That's true.
He's suing Ryan Garcia. He's suing Ryan Garcia because his daddy's suing Ryan Garcia.
Nah, that looks soft as fuck, man. He got to stop that, bro. Devin Haney got to stop, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm excited for the game, regardless of if Ryan Garcia is on there or not. So I'm excited. I'm ready to whoop your ass.
Is Trinidad in the game?
No, I would love to see Felix Tito Trinidad in the game. I would love to see Pernell Whitaker in the game. Hell, even pump it up. Oscar De La Hoya with the pumps in the game. Put him in there. Bernard Hopkins, I need him in the game, especially since
Prince Nassim in the game. Where's Prince Nassim?
Nah, he's not in the game. There's a lot of people that need to be added into this game. Hopefully, obviously, they need him too. They need Julio Cesar Chavez in the game.
I think he's in the game.
I think he'll get added into the game. I don't think he's in the game yet, but I think he'll be one of the ones that will be like on the battle pass or whatever they're gonna have. But I'm excited. I'm ready to whoop your ass. I don't know if we're gonna fight on Tuesday. I don't know if you need a couple of days to get your warm up, whatever. You let me know when you want to get work. Best out of 3. I think we will stream that. I'll do it on my stream. I think we'll try to do it on the Cris Lamont stream. Anybody else that wants to get to work, I don't know if DJ Ant plays. Anybody else? Let me know. I'm taking names, numbers, whatever. We can do some mini bets, whatever you want to do. Holla at me. Moving on. I'm gonna say this. It's not news, but somebody made a comment. I want to read it. They tweeted it out, and I want to get your thoughts. It's been a little bit of commotion about this. So there was a woman or some person named Dirty White Ups, you know what I mean? That says Big Sean is like Ludacris of this generation. Everyone knows he can rap. He drops his signals, yet he's never in discussion as the best. Do you agree, disagree with the comparison? What are your thoughts about that whole comment?
They're two different artists.
I think the
Like,
comparison is crazy, but that's just me.
yeah, Ludacris. I don't know, because Ludacris was kind of like he was like the South Busta Rhymes almost.
Look,
In
no
the
dis-
sense of in the sense of he was animated. He was that's why people
yeah.
didn't that's why people really didn't put, even though if you listen to him, you knew dude could rap, he could freestyle, he could do, he could rap with the best of them. He rapped with the best of them.
Mhm.
But it was the other stuff that he added, like the animated videos and
Yeah.
some of the stuff that he did, and then he would rap about chicks a lot, which is there's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of his music was catered to women too, like um but we all knew Luda could rap, like there was no question about it. Luda could rap. um Big Sean, I just think that Big Sean just came up in an era where there was J. Cole, there was Drake, and there was Kendrick. Like people like, and like I'm not the biggest Big Sean guy. I'm not. I think he can rap. Like
Mhm.
no, there's no. I know he can rap. He can spit. It was just not his music. Like he had some stuff that I like, but it was a lot of stuff. It was like, and I wasn't a really fan of his voice either. So it was just like he could rap. It's just not my cup of tea.
The reason why I say the comparisons are crazy to me is because I think lyrically, like, yeah, Big Sean can rap. This is no disrespect to Sean. I think Sean can rap, but I think Ludacris was the better rapper. Freestyling, battle rapping, he could do it all. Yeah, he was very animated with his lyrics and his music videos, like kind of like how Busta Rhymes was. But he had hits. He had number one singles. I
Of
think he
course.
definitely had way more number one singles than Big Sean. I think he has more album sales than Big Sean. Sonically, they're not the same.
No,
The just musically, it's not the same. You know what I mean?
their
I just
crowd, their target audience isn't the same. Like,
absolutely. And then honestly, like I've always been a big proponent that Ludacris needs to be held in higher regard to as
of
being one
course.
of the best rappers of all time. And I think he does to an extent. And I agree with you. Some of the more animated ways of, and I think Busta Rhymes gets this too. That
Yeah.
he even should be in a higher light with being considered one of the better rappers of all time as far as like being higher on the list. No, go ahead.
The other thing about Ludacris is that when he was coming up, especially coming from Atlanta, we got to understand around that time it was about trap. Trap rapping was just fresh. So
Yeah,
Jeezy and T.I. and Gucci Man and all these dudes was rapping about being in the trap, while
yeah,
Ludacris was over here doing his own thing. Like he was over on the side spitting bars, but he was also talking about smashing chicks and doing all kinds of other
yeah,
stuff. So he was partying, like he was doing all that other stuff, while them dudes is over here talking about trapping and selling away, mixing in
yeah.
the pot.
And that's not including Ludacris was tapping into New York music. He was tapping
Yeah.
into West Coast music. Obviously, he was from the South. He did Midwest style shit. And then back in the day, a lot of those cats from the South, they just stuck to the South sound. Like Ludacris was
Mm-hmm.
bouncing around a little bit everywhere. You know what I mean? Minus cats like maybe like Ti and stuff like that. But for the
Yeah.
most part, it was just mainly an ATL sound. Like Ludacris was bouncing around everywhere. We're not going to get into his acting career and all that. Like that's a
Yeah.
whole different lane. You know what I mean? So I think the comparison is crazy. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Sean, but in a sense, it's
I agree.
disrespectful to Ludacris to me because
Yeah.
I think Ludacris is on another
I do
realm with
too.
Sean. But that's just me, to each
Mm-hmm.
his own.
No, I hear you.
And in other news, seems like your boy's mama made some news. She
I
was
knew you was
caught.
gonna bring this up.
I had to, my brother. So TMZ released a video where Rasheed Rice's mom is being accused of stealing a package with Chappelle Roan records from a neighbor's porch just hours after her son's injury. Theft was caught on video. It looked like a ring phone or whatever. She was wearing the Mama Rice jersey. Another act of crime committed by a Chiefs family or person on the team. What are your thoughts with all this shit that's being on your team? Criminals, man, criminals. I tell you,
We're not criminals, okay?
But not for real. On a serious note, like, what do you make of this? It's more noise around your team again. Like, what are your thoughts?
I'm just trying to figure out what was the mama thinking. She's looking right at the damn camera.
She acting like this shit ain't got a fish eye, like this shit ain't got a wide view. She's trying to look like, oh, they ain't see me. Like, come on.
Like when I saw, I was like, what are you doing? You got the Mama Rice jersey on.
It's her. Yeah, it's cool. You
just making your son look even worse than what he already looked with the offseason stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you think this will have it? Obviously, it's on her own, but do you think the NFL, we know the NFL, you know, if it's linked to you, it's added on to everything with the book. Do you think this is going to make it even, they're going to make the punishment even harder on him in a sense of like,
Not because it is. I mean, he got no control over that.
Not, he has no control, but it still involves around him, though. His name, it's still him and his family, though.
I think they keep it strictly to the case of him. He trust me, he did that all on his own. So
do you think Mama does some time?
I don't know. They probably slap her on the wrist. Make her knock it down to a misdemeanor and make her pay a fine.
Why are you stealing from packages when you got a millionaire son? That makes no sense, Mama. Come on,
he making them moves. He got his own problems. He got to pay some people.
Come on, Mama, be better, be a rep. And then she had a little kid with her too. Like, come on, Mama.
Probably his little brother or something.
Man, we gotta be better. We gotta be better.
Maybe it's hopefully not his son.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we'll get more details as it goes. In other news, NBC wanted to flex Week 6. It's supposed to be Bengals and Giants. They wanted to flex to the Commanders and Ravens, but unfortunately, CBS is blocking that from happening. Do you think CBS should unblock it, let it happen, or are you excited to see the Bengals and Giants for Sunday Night Football?
No, and more no.
Totally agree. Hey, CBS, man, come on. I'm sure you can find another game to.
But CBS, but I get CBS because it's a business, man.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? I can't be giving you all our good games now, damn it.
All right. In other news, we got a little grimy news. Seems like academics leaked that Cardi B cheated on Offset with a top NFL player. What are your thoughts on this? Obviously, I don't know if you're very familiar with the whole situation. I'm sure you've seen all the Cardi B Offset stuff. What are your thoughts with this?
Academics leaking it or the whole situation?
Academics leaked that Cardi B cheated on Offset with a top NFL player.
I mean, I know he's a media thing like the Shade Room and all that stuff, and he puts out hip hop information, but I just think it's messy.
It is very messy.
Poor taste.
He gets off on that, you know what I mean? I'm sure we're not helping by bringing this up, but hey, it's random news, baby. You gotta do it. In other news, it's like a list of the 50 worst rappers. Seems like it leaked online. I'll read you some who made the list.
Just read me the top 10. Just give me the top 10.
Top 10. All right, top 10. You got I-20. Number 9, you got Lil B. Number 8, you got 50 Tyson. Man, shout out to 50 Tyson, man. I hope you're doing well out there, brother. Number 7, you got G Herbo. Number 6, you got JoJo Simmons. Number 5, you got Silk the Shocker.
He should be high.
Number 4, you got Stunner for Vegas. Number 3, you got Lil Yachty. Number 2, you got Blueface. And then the number 1 worst rapper is Magoo.
That's not good. No. Birdman should be up there.
Birdman is on there. He's 24. Other names, I'll give you some key names real quick. Ron Artest made it on 16. Shaq was 18. Nick Cannon was 21.
He should be higher.
Bone Crusher was 25. Iggy was 26. Trinidad James 27. Tony Yayo made it on 30. Chingy was 32. Earl Sweatshirt at 34 is kind of crazy. Yeah, Ludacris Disrespect 36.
They got Ludacris on the list.
Ludacris at 36. That's disrespectful. They got Cassidy at 37.
Cassidy.
Bow Wow at 39.
Bow Wow.
Shody Low at 41.
Okay.
Plies at 43. Memphis Bleak at 46.
I gotta
And
stop
then
hating on Memphis,
the
please.
last four: YG 47, Tyga 48, Logic 49, and number
Damn.
50 is 21 Savage.
Yeah, that list is trash.
That list is
That's
crazy.
some
This might be like, I don't think this is like a legit list, but it's just it's good for fodder. Good for fodder.
putting Ludacris on
Um,
that list is
yeah,
crazy.
Ludacris is crazy, man. Ludacris is crazy. I think they have Freeway on the list too. 35. That's crazy too.
Yeah,
That's
that's
insane.
crazy. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I don't know who did this. This got to be a millennial. This got to be one of the newer kids. But
Gen
all right,
Z. That's a
yeah,
Gen Z.
yeah. Shout out to bro. Couple more other news. Von Miller's got suspended. Stems from allegations that he assaulted his pregnant girlfriend in November 2023 during the Bills' bye week in suburban Dallas. What are your thoughts? How do you think? How much do you think this hurts the Bills with the loss of Von Miller for the next 4 games?
I don't think it hurts him too much. I mean, it's not like he's old Von Miller or whatever. He's changing anything. Like he's kind of been a kind of a situation. He's better than what we thought he was going to be, but he's more of a situational pass rusher now. He comes in on third and longs and stuff like that. But he's not an every down linebacker who's going to affect the game or anything like that. So I think the Bills will be fine.
I feel you. A couple more. 86% of U.S. workers with education debt said their degree wasn't worth the student loans, according to a new study. Do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts on this whole situation?
Say that again.
86. So they did a study. 86% of U.S. workers with educational debt, college, getting colleges and all that, their degree said that their degree wasn't worth the student debt loans.
I mean, I've heard that plenty of times. I mean, a lot of these people they pay for college and then they get out and they can't even get a job.
Yeah.
That said
So
professional. A lot of people got degrees or something and they don't even use it because they doing something else. They making money somewhere else. So
yeah.
yeah, it's kind of a waste of time.
It shows the problem with the system for sure. Shows that the exceeding amount of what college tuition is to number one the job salaries, job availabilities. I know so many people who got 4-year degrees, man. They're doing something completely different than what they have. So it's a system that needs to be fixed, and hopefully it can get resolved. But we know this country. They like to bullshit on a lot of shit. Two more. Eve has sold the publishing rights to her music catalog for an 8-figure deal between 25 and $50 million. Music Business Worldwide reports. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this was a good idea for her? Obviously, she was able to keep her money, but some people think that maybe keeping your rights to your deals is a more lucrative longevity type of thing. So, what are your thoughts with this?
I mean, a lot of people are selling their catalogs nowadays. You know what I'm saying? They sell it. Let other people use it for certain things, movies, commercials and stuff like that. So I'm not mad at her. Make your money. She said anyway. Like she had a billionaire husband she married to. So
Right.
she good. So
Yeah, she
doing
good.
this ain't nothing. Like it's just like whatever. Yeah, you want to use my catalog? Sure.
Yeah, shout out to Eve, still looking good as ever,
Yeah,
man. Shout out to her.
most definitely.
Yeah. Actually, I got two more. One of them, over 4,500 U.S. port workers have officially gone on strike from Maine to Texas. What are your thoughts? What are your worries? How long do you think this is going to last with
I
this
don't
whole
know,
strike
man.
with the ports?
Hopefully not too long, because man, we need food, man.
Yeah.
We start beating each other up for food. I don't want to do that.
What do you make of the seems like a lot of things have been coming out about the union leader, making close to $1 million a year, having a big mansion, Bentleys and all that type of stuff. And he's over here, doing what he's doing. What are your thoughts with that? With people having a problem?
Wait, say that again.
So it's been stuff coming out that the union leader, who's the leader of making this strike happen, that he makes almost $1 million a year, big mansion, Bentleys, all that type of stuff. Some people have a problem with it. What are your thoughts with it?
I mean, you know them union people be making money hand over fist,
Yeah.
especially when they get them top jobs.
Hmm.
It is what it is, man. Hey, man, don't be mad because his union is very good and they pay him nice. It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Pay those poor people, man. Get it over.
Mm,
And then last but not least, sport news. The SEC and the Big Ten are looking to each have 4 automatic bids to the playoff when the
whack,
next contract begins in 2026. So what are your thoughts with this?
whack. They just taking the fun out of college sports, man. It's just
Yeah.
they want everybody to be happy and get into the tournament. And
This is not the SEC Big Ten Invitational. Like we've seen plenty of times where SEC teams think they're better than they are, and then they go ahead and they lose to a Boise State, or they lose to another team that people think that aren't qualified. Play to earn your right into these playoffs. It's 12-team playoff. If you can't be one of the 12 best teams in the country, you do not deserve to be in the playoffs. There should not be 4 automatic bids from the Big Ten and the ACC. I get it; they do have a lot of big programs, but everybody does also love to see a Cinderella story, i.e., UNLV, i.e., a Boise State, or whoever it has the opportunity to do that. So I totally despise this idea, and hopefully this does not go through. But more than likely, with how powerful these two conferences are, they'll probably make it happen.
taking the fun out of college sports, man.
And that is for random news for this week.
All right, man. Let's do our top 5 must-win games this week.
Okay. Um, I did both. I did college and football, so I go by pretty fast. I'll do college football first. First one, I have the Oklahoma State game. I think this is a big game for Mike Gundy. I know he's been the head coach for 20 years, but they have had a lot of promise with no return in it. So I think that's a big game. Ole Miss versus South Carolina. Again, I think that's a upset in the making. Ole Miss, if they lose this game, I think they're out of the 12-team hunt for contention to make the playoffs. I think the Iowa at Iowa Ohio State. Got to think, this is the week before the Oregon game. Is this like one of those trap games for Ohio State? Are they going to be focused on the Oregon game? We know Iowa, they always give them a tough matchup. They always have tough defense. I get their offense has always been a little bit suspect, but you got to look at that. Have your boys, Missouri at Texas A&M. That's a huge game. I got that at number 2. And then number 1 for me, it's always good. It's going to be UNLV as long as they're undefeated, because they're going to be more and more pressure to, be one of those, be the team to make it to the playoffs. So that's my top 5 for college. NFL, number 5, I got the Buccaneers versus Falcons. Division lead. I think this is a huge one to get a leap on that. Number 4, I got the Bills versus Texans. This to me is more about playoff spot implications. This could be a game that leads you to getting a home game. More than the other team that loses. So I think that's huge. The Cowboys versus Steelers. I think this is a big game for both teams in the sense of Steelers coming off that loss against the Colts. We got to see how they do. Cowboys, they've been kind of struggling as well. I think this is going to be a big game. Number 2, Jets versus Vikings. This is a huge game to me for Salah. If they lose this game in Europe, I think we might see Salah get fired. That's just me. And then number 1, I got the Ravens versus Bengals. Man, this is a big divisional game. And then obviously both of these teams are coming off slow starts. Who's going to be the one that can continue to head in the right direction, and which team is going to be hitting the wall again? So those are my top 5 must-win games for both college and NFL.
So I did a little mixture of all kinds of sports. I got 2 honorable mentions, and then I gotta do my top 5.
Okay, cool.
So my number 1 honorable mention, I got Ole Miss versus South Carolina. Ole Miss needs, like I said, they need to wash that bad taste out of their mouth after losing to Kentucky last week. They need to get back on track. They want to keep their playoff hopes alive. I got the Aces versus Liberty. They got to win, man. And if they don't, it's over.
Yep.
Keep your 3-peat hopes alive, baby. Asia, I need you to be Jordan. I need you to be Kobe, LeBron, somebody, and take over. If you got to take over, baby. Then I'm going to go into my top 5. Number 5, I got Syracuse versus UNLV. This is a big game for UNLV. They're ranked number 25. Haj Williams, he looked great. He got to put on another great performance because Syracuse ain't no slouch. They coming in ready to take your head off, buddy. So, yeah, got to show something. Number four, I got Missouri versus Texas A&M. Missouri, this is like Maul said earlier. Before y'all bye week, y'all wasn't looking the greatest. Y'all had to squeak out some wins. Hopefully, this bye week got y'all, to reassess, realign, and get yourselves focused and ready to go and be the team that we thought y'all was gonna be this year. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So going to college, Texas College Station, and show them what it is. Number three, I got Cincinnati versus the Ravens. This is not only for playoff implications, but this is division implications. Because if Cincinnati can steal one from the Ravens, they're right back in there to take this division. So they got to definitely win this game. And it'll put, after Ravens coming off a high, beating the Buffalo Bills, this is probably the perfect time to try to catch them. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
Number two, I got the Buffalo Bills versus the Texans. Texans, you got to show that you are one of the top teams in the AFC, buddy. So beat the Buffalo Bills. I ain't saying you got to beat them down like the Ravens did. Just win. Just win.
Mhm.
Buffalo, you got to get back on track. You got to show that you weren't exposed and you're not a fraud. If you can beat the Texans soundly, and even if you win by three, I don't care how you win. But at Buffalo, if you beat the Texans, you're right back in there. People are looking at Buffalo Bills still as one of the teams in the AFC. So you gotta get this dub. And number one, Jacksonville and Indianapolis. Jacksonville, you got to get it done, baby. You got to beat Indianapolis. Because if you don't, Dougie P probably go. He probably up out of there.
He
You
going
talk
in.
about Rob Sala getting fired. Dougie P might be right there with him on the unemployment line. So, uh, Sunshine, what you gonna do? Hmm? What you gonna do? All right, man. Let's do some. Well, I'm gonna let you do UFC 307 predictions.
Oh yeah, man. So obviously we got a UFC pay per view, man. 307. Headliner Alex Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree. This is in Salt Lake City. This is one of the oldest pay per view cards that has been made. Average age is 34.4 years. You got about three fighters over 40. So I'm gonna go over this quick. First fight, you got Ramon Doladiz versus Kevin Holland. I'm gonna go with Ramon. Kevin Holland. He's had a little tough rocky road. He's a very exciting fighter. I'm gonna go with Ramon. You got Keithlin Vera versus Kayla Harrison, the American lady that is 17-1. I'm gonna go with Kayla, man. I think she's been very dominant. I think she'll win this fight. You got the legendary Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista. Mario Batista's probably gonna be favorite, but I'm gonna roll with the old head. I'm gonna go with Jose Aldo. I think he's gonna pull the upset. I'm gonna go ahead and root for him. Next fight, you got Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. I'm gonna go with Raquel, man. I think she's been pretty dominant. I think she won her last fight. Juliana lost her last one, so I'm gonna go with Raquel. And then in the main event, you got Alex Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree. I gotta go with my man Pereira, man. He's been one of the most dominant fighters in the UFC. I know he's aiming for a big fight with John Jones. I know John Jones said that the next fight will probably be his last, but you never know. You never know. We might even get an Israel Alex Pereira rematch again. I wouldn't be surprised if we got that one again. But yeah, man, should be good, exciting fights, man. See a bunch of old heads, some legendary guys fighting in this fight, man. So it should be a good one, man. Y'all go check it out this Saturday. Shout out to Dana.
For sure, for sure. Hold on, I gotta add something because I forgot about this. All right, man. Use ESPN you say NBA analysts mix up.
Oh yeah, MES analysts. So obviously, there's been a lot of conversations on the direction of what ESPN has been going through. We can look at the NBA portion of it. Obviously, recently they laid off Zach Lowe. He was one of the top NBA writers and insiders that was on the NBA. They lost Adrian Wojnarowski. He left to be part of the St. Bonaventure's team. overseeing that program. Um, the question is what type of coverage does ESPN want to have, especially with with the NBA. They just signed a new TV rights deal with ESPN. They've had rumors of possibly Adam Schefter, the NFL insider, and Jeff Passan, the MLB insider, taking over the NBA insider jobs, which I think it's a little weird. You got the impact of Shams being a free agent. I'm pretty sure that ESPN is, contacting his agent, seeing what the price is. I'm sure you have the likes of NBC. They're going to start showing NBA games here starting next year. So I'm gonna be surprised if they have him on the horn. But just with the way ESPN is going with some of the covers with the NBA, especially, it seems like they're heading into more of the characters of like the Stephen A's, the Shannon Sharps, the Magdal Russos, and Kendrick Perkins. The more animated style of analytic proportions compared to like guys like PTI, Kornheiser, Michael Wilbon, the more kind of like foundational style type of guys who just like to spit facts. They don't like doing all that TV drama, speculation, stuff like that. And then also you got the NBA inside the NBA crew. We got to figure out what kind of sense of direction with that. So my whole thing with ESPN, especially like we see with the NFL and how they treat the NFL analysts, it seems more in depth. It seems like it's more organized. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of characters on the NFL side. They get to the point, you got the likes of, Mina Kimes and, Damian Woody and, Dan Orlovsky, they get into the bare bones. Ryan Clark, they get into the bare bones of what the behind the scenes is like, breaking down plays, stuff like I think I enjoy that more. Like, yeah, I do understand the Stephen A. Smiths and the Shannon Sharps and the Mad Dog Russos. It's cool to have the personalities like that. But at the same time, I don't want to lose the identity of what an analyst is supposed to be, especially for the NBA. Especially now that we're going to lose the likes of inside the NBA crew, that this is their last year. Yeah, they have their jokes and funs, and yeah, they do have a lot of big personalities on that team, but they also got to the minutia of, breaking down plays. You see Kenny Smith going up to the big board, Charles Barkley and Shaq discussing what goes on between the players inside the locker room and outside the locker room and stuff like that. So my question to you is like, where do you see the future of ESPN as far as like where they take the analyst side? Do you think it's going to be more of a personality thing where they just want the personality that can get the clicks and all that stuff, i.e. like a Stephen A. Smith? Or do you think they'll kind of keep it like a 50-50 and stuff like that? And then personally to you, what do you enjoy more?
I mean, I think the personalities will always override the true analytics, because in TV, they think, just somebody sitting there spitting facts is boring. Mm-hmm. They want to engage, because at the end of the day, the TV people don't care about you and me who are just fan of sports and want to hear, factual, opinionated stuff, real analysts, analytic, opinions. You know what I'm saying? They don't want it. They don't care about us. They care about the casual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they want the casual to come in. So if they can get Stephen A. Smith to hoop and holler and yell, and Shannon Sharp to hoop and holler and yell, and Mad Dog Russo do the same thing, and that draws in people, they're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? The Nick Wrights, those guys who, Nick Wright, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. Stephen A., to a certain degree, he knows some of his stuff. Some of the stuff you could tell he don't really dive deep into. Shannon Sharp knows his stuff too, especially when it comes to football. I mean, he knows his basketball stuff too, but especially when it comes to football, he'll give you some behind the scenes stuff. But at the end of the day, they're on there because of their personalities. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna say something that's real hot take-ish, that's gonna get the people riled up. When the Caitlin Clark stuff was coming up, Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp getting people riled up because of the way how they was acting as far as Caitlin Clark goes. And you get a minor big nut on there who's more, who's gonna give you the backdrop, but Shannon and Stephen A. are gonna give you their point of view in a more animated way to get the people riled up. You know what I'm saying? Or any topic, anything that that's headlining wise, Stephen A. is always gonna give you something. to
Mhm.
make you say, "What the hell is he talking about?" Or you can be like, I get where he's coming from on that,
Yeah.
um, like you said, the NFL, like NFL Live with Mina Kimes and all them, they have their place too, though. You know what I'm saying? And it's a really good show. You got Dan Orlowski, Marcus Spears, Ryan Clark is a big time, and Ryan Clark has a little bit. Him and Marcus Spears are a little bit. They got a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Because Ryan Clark is a big personality. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's not as animated probably as a Stephen A or Shannon Sharp, but he's still a big personality. So is Marcus Spears. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Amina Kynes is more reserved, but she's gonna is to a point where you respect it though because she knows what she's talking about. So
Yeah.
um, I think they're gonna keep it balanced. You're gonna have for every Stephen A, you'll have your Dan Orlowski. For every Shannon Sharp, you'll have your Mina Kimes. You know what I'm saying? And it just they want to hit all aspects of what everybody wants. You know what I'm saying? It's a buffet line full of analysts, and that's what they want to give you. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Perkins. People love kids. There's some people who love Kendrick Perkins. There's some people that feel like you don't know the hell he talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be that.
Yeah, no, I think me personally, like I grew up on the likes of you know what I mean, of the old days of ESPN. I'm really into the more analytical perspective of sports and the more of the deep dive. And I think you get more of that on podcasts than anything else. So like I get it that ESPN, as far as their TV model, I think they're more headed into more of like a YouTube style. Like we know what YouTube is, you know what I mean? Like you see the graphics, you see like, we even do it with our podcast, where you got to do the facial expressions and make it seem like this is like, some like, you know, um, like kind of like grand like video, when in reality it's just, basic shit at the end of the day. But in reality is I know they're going that model and I get it. They want more of like the more clicky style debates and stuff like that with the debate shows. I really hope, especially with their NBA side of the program, and they kind of keep it with the way they do it with the NFL. I know that ESPN now, they're going to get a Super Bowl. I think they get the Super Bowl in the next year or two. They already have the NBA Finals. You know what I mean? They get the U.S. Open. They have some golfing programs and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they'll probably resign their UFC rights, their rights deal and stuff like that. So I get it. I think they're mainly in the state of like, yeah, we can give you the analytical stuff, but we actually give you the program where you can actually watch these actual sporting events. You know what I mean? Like we actually have the SEC now. Like, we actually have the bigger games. When back in the day we didn't have that. We would have the guys, the personalities that would break it down into you, to where you can understand the game and all that. And now it's just more of like, you get the first takes of, you know what I mean? You want the more debate topics, the more stuff that's gonna get the crowd talking, I guess. So and ESPN has been in an interesting wave. As of recently, they've been doing a lot of layoffs and restructuring of what they want to do with their programming and stuff like that. I will be curious to see what they do. Obviously, Stephen A. Smith is in the likes of a negotiation. You know what I mean? I think there were reports out where he's asking for $100 million for 5 years and stuff like that. Which, if he can get, God bless him, man. He's literally been the savior of ESPN. Being on so many different shows and all that. So he definitely deserves whatever he gets from ESPN. I just really hope with their NBA programming that they can keep some kind of substance to it. Like I do agree with you. Like I like Kendrick Perkins to a degree, but at the same time, I still want the analytical perspectives of the NBA. You know what I mean? I still think you need the Zach Lowe's. I still think you need the Adrian Wojnarowski's. Hopefully they can get a Shams or something like that. I do not want to see. It'd be kind of weird to see Adam Schefter trying to do NBA insider reporting while he's doing the NFL. Like, I don't think that man would have a life if he's going to be able to do that job. Or Jeff Passan. I think Jeff Passan is a great MLB insider. I love listening to him and his insight on what's going on in the game with players, organizations, trades, so forth with Adam Schefter too, man. You get a great insight into what these GMs and certain people think about certain players and all that. And I get it. He probably doesn't tell us everything that we would like to hear, but I think if you want to get the analytical perspective, you're going to have to go on podcasts like, us, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can be that analytical side and stuff like that, and also give you great content. But you're going to have to go to the podcast and get the analytical side, because it seems like more and more with the TV thing, they're heading into the YouTube model, where they want the clicks, they want the more glamour topics to lead their way for their shows, and then they'll have this big sporting events in between.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. I just added this. I wanted to talk about this. AEW just signed a new TV deal. They signed in one with Max and Warner Brother Discovery. The full disclosure deal has not been really put out there, but it's upwards of $150 million a year. It's a multi-year deal. They will still continue to air their show Dynamite and Collision on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but starting in January of 2025, they will simulcast on Max, so you will be able to watch it on Max. And then later in 2025, all their pay-per-views will be able to be viewed on Max at a discounted rate. So you'll be able to watch all their pay-per-views on there. There's also talks of them working out a deal, because we all know that WWE has left Fox. They don't no longer show on Fox. They're back on USA for SmackDown. So now they're trying to work out a deal to get on Fox either on Tuesdays or Thursdays. It's going to be called AEW Shockwave. So that'll be their third show that they put on there. They're going to get rid of AEW Rampage, which is kind of a low-level show or whatever. But this is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tony Khan. All the people who are fans of AEW, they are excited about this. This deal has been in talks for years, but it's finally gotten done. And, hey, man, shout out to Tony Khan, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah. All right, man, let's do our NFL Week 5 predictions. All right, tomorrow, Thursday, night football, we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. Atlanta's coming off of a new high emotional game over the New Orleans Saints, winning in the last minute. Young Koo hit a game-winning field goal, and then Tampa Bay put the beats on who they played last week.
They played the Eagles.
Put the beats on the Eagles, so they're riding high after they got the beats put on them from Denver. They go put the beats on Philly. So this is going to be a tough contested game. I'm going to go with the Falcons in this game. In a close game, high-scoring game, I got the score 31-28.
Yeah, no, I got the Falcons winning this too. I know we didn't talk about like the destinations for Devontae Adams, but look, I think Atlanta should be one for one of Devontae Adams' destinations, because I don't think you have a true number one receiver. I think if you add Devontae Adams being in your number one, you get Drake London as your two. You still have Darnell Mooney as your three, which I think he just fits better at that. You have Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts. I think that will make that offense way more explosive. Kirk Cousins is a really decent quarterback, really high-end quarterback. I think that would be a good spot for him. But look, man, I think the Falcons will win this game being in at home. I think the battle of this division is going to come between these two. I know the Saints had their little hot start, but I got to wait and see, especially with Derek Carr, man. I just don't know with that, but I got the Falcons winning. I could see a situation where this game is like a 21-17 style game. Hopefully, Bijan Robinson has a good game for me and my fantasy team.
You're crazy. Then we got the New York Football Jets versus the Minnesota Vikings. Robert Saleh, just go ahead and hand in your walking paper, sir, because you're about to get the beats put on you. Minnesota 42-17.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This game to me is tough. To me, it seems like it's an easy one, but we got to remember this game is in London. We do not know how them London games be some of the weirdest games ever. You know what I mean? We all expect the Vikings to win this game. I'm still going to take the Vikings, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a closer game than we expect. You know, I think the Jets have so many issues. I think Devontae Adams should be their last stop, but I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think they win. I'm going to go 24-13.
Got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Chicago to face Caleb Williams and the Bears. I'm gonna go Chicago 21-17.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chicago too. I think they'll play better. I think I was watching the video. I think who was it? I think it was like Mark Sanchez. He was talking about Caleb Williams and his progression, that the way he's been looking week to week, and he even kind of hinted that Caleb Williams is actually starting to get a little bit more comfortable with this offense. Obviously, their offensive line is still a complete shit show. But I think that the Bears just have too many pieces. I think they have too many pieces on the offensive side and on that defensive side. Carolina is still a bad team. I get it. They had that one great game with Andy Dalton, but no Adam Thielen. I got the Bears winning. I'm gonna go 24. I'm gonna go 24-17.
You got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cincinnati Bengals, division game. I'm going Baltimore because I don't think Cincinnati's going to be able to stop Derrick Henry, and once he gets going, I think it's going to be tough for Cincinnati to come. I think they get I think Baltimore gets ahead and jumps on them early. I think Joe Burrows will have a couple moments where he can get him back in the game, but I think he'll ultimately throw a pick or something, and they will lose. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 35-27.
High score again.
Mm-hmm.
I think with this game, I think the first quarter is going to tell me a lot about who's going to win this game. If the Cincinnati Bengals can get off to a hot start, then that eliminates the Baltimore Ravens running game, and I think that makes it harder, and I think they have a higher percentage chance of winning. So I just being mindful of that. I'm going to still pick the Ravens, though, because I just find it hard to believe that they're going to find a way to stop Derrick Henry. I really do. I think it's going to be hard for them to stop Derrick Henry, and I know for a fact it's going to be hard for them to stop Lamar Jackson, because we saw what Jaden Daniels did to them a couple weeks ago. So I would not be surprised. I'm going to go say this game is a 28-18 game.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Miami traveling to New England Patriots. We all lose this game. No. Surprisingly, I'm going New England because I don't like the way Miami's looking right now. So I'm going New England in a low-scoring game, 17-10.
Look, New England's defense might be the best on the field, especially with the way the quarterback situation is in Miami. But I do like Huntley, and I know that was his first week, and it did seem like later in the game he did get a little bit more comfortable. I know it was garbage stuff, but at the end of the day, it's going to take him a little bit. I've seen Huntley play better. I'm going to still take the Patriots, though, because I just trust the Patriots defense more. I'm very curious to see what the situation is with that running game, though, with the Patriots. There's been some rumors that they might bench Ramondre Stevenson over for Antonio Gibson because Ramondre Stevenson has had this fumble problem. I think he's fumbled every game so far this year. So I think that'll be an interesting outlook for it. So I'm going to go Patriots. Definitely a low-scoring game. I'm going to say it's a 14-10 game, Patriots.
You got the Cleveland Browns traveling to the red-hot Washington Commanders. I got Commanders winning. They're going to outscore Cleveland because Cleveland can't score. I got the score 42-17.
Yeah, man, I'm not sure if Nick Chubb is playing in this game. I know he returned to practice. I don't know if he's going to play. Even if he does, I don't think he'll play that much. Look, man, Deshaun Watson, it's over, brother. It's over, brother. I'm surprised I'm surprised they haven't made the switch to Jameson Winston yet. But I'm gonna ride with Jaden Daniels, man. He's been the best, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in this league so far with his play. The offense looks really explosive. That defense looks somewhat competent right now, surprisingly. Dan Quinn has that defense looking a little bit better, especially the way they played against the Cardinals. I'm gonna go with Commanders. I got them scoring 35. I think it's gonna be 35-21.
You got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Winless Jacksonville Jaguars. Look, man, this is do or die. So I'm going to roll with Jacksonville in this one. I have no reason to, other than they're on their last name. They're going to try to fight for their coach. This is going to be one of the few games Trevor Lawrence looks like a superstar. I got him playing real big in this game. And I got Jacksonville winning 28-24.
Yeah, I got Jacksonville winning too. I think Travis Etienne has a big game. I think he's the one that's going to be the savior of this team. He hasn't really had a big game. I don't think they featuring him that much. And then obviously Brian Thomas has looked really amazing.
Yeah.
Minus all of them being 0-4, Brian Thomas has looked really, really good. I think Trevor Lawrence has a bounce back game. I agree with you. I got the Jags winning. I had the same score in my head, 28-24.
Also, the Colts had some injuries too. I don't know what's going to be with Anthony Richardson. Jonathan Taylor's hurt.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You got the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Houston Texans. Buffalo's coming off of a terrible loss on Sunday Night Football, and Houston's coming off of a game-winning, down the field. C.J. Stroud took him down the field and win the game. I'm gonna go with the Texans. I think the Texans are going to solidify themselves as one of the top teams in the AFC, but I don't think there's going to be the beat down that Buffalo from the Ravens. I think that they're going to fare a little bit better, but I do still have them losing. I'm going to go 31-24.
Okay. Obviously, we get the hypothetical battle of Stephon Diggs versus Josh Allen. You know what I mean? The former tandem going at each other's necks. You've heard Josh Allen make little slight remarks talking about, you don't have people just focusing on getting one person the ball and all that. Stephon Diggs, he's made little comments here and there. Look, man, I think both of these guys are going to try to ball out. I think this is going to be one of the better games of the week. But I'm going to lean towards the Texans with home field advantage. Obviously, they haven't been playing pretty well, but I think the Texans will win. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a high-scoring game. I got this one being 31-28 Texans.
You got your Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Mile High Stadium in that high altitude of Denver versus the Broncos. Bo Nix. Let me tell you something. Y'all let Bo Nix beat y'all. Y'all getting hell no of the week. I'm just let you know that right now.
Why? Why we get hell no of the week?
Because you getting hell no of the week, David.
Look, man. I'm gonna say this, man. Like, look, we ain't got Devontae Adams. We're not gonna have Max Crosby. We're not gonna have
Michael. The damn Brock Bowers, man. Damn.
Yeah, we got that. But look, man, we gotta look at this Denver Broncos defense. This Denver Broncos defense has been playing really, really well these last couple weeks. Look, I'm not a fan of Bo Nix. This game, take the under in this game. I don't see this being a high scoring game. I guess I'll pick my Raiders. I'm not really confident in that. I'm gonna pick my Raiders because it's my team. I think they'll win. I'm gonna go 12-9 Raiders.
Damn, 12-9.
Now, I just think the Denver defense is playing really good, and it's just like we're not gonna have Devontae Adams, we're not gonna have Michael Mayer. Like, yeah, we got Jacoby Myers, we got Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker's looked really good his last game. Our defense has been giving up big plays now, especially with that defensive line missing Max Crosby. Even though Christian Wilkins did look good last week, and Tyree Wilson had a couple good plays.
Is Max coming back this week?
Nah, I highly doubt it. He missed practice again this week, so he has a high ankle sprain. I would be surprised if he played the next couple weeks. So to me, if we're gonna win this has to be a Brock Bowers game. This has to be a Madison game. I'm gonna be curious to see if they go with Zamir White as a starter, or if they decide to go switch and go with Madison. Like, Zamir White he's been bad. He's been really bad this year. So 12-9 Raiders. So we'll see.
I got y'all winning 17-10.
Okay, cool.
Arizona Cardinals traveling to the San Francisco 49ers. Look, man, I like Arizona. They're a young, scrapping team. But I got San Francisco winning this game. They're in San Francisco. I think it's going to be, it's going to be a little tough struggle in the beginning, but I think they pull away in the second half. I got San Francisco winning 28-17.
No, I think the Cardinals will play a better game than what they did last week against the Washington Commanders. I think they love divisional games. They're always going to play tough in those. But the Niners team is just too deep. Brock Purdy has been playing really exceptional. He's been one of the top quarterbacks in the league so far this year. And then now they're starting to get a little healthy. Obviously, they're still missing Christian McCaffrey, but like we gotta see what the situation with that is. But Mason has been a great back to fill in his shoes. He's been putting up amazing numbers. So yeah, I'm gonna go Niners. I'm gonna go 31. I'm gonna go 31-17, 49ers.
The Green Bay Packers traveled to the Los Angeles Rams. Jordan Love's second game back off, coming off that injury. I think Green Bay plays a little bit better. I think this is going to be a high scoring game, but I think Green Bay plays a little bit better. And I got Green Bay winning 38-35 over over the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, no, I got Green Bay too. I think another week off of coming off the knee injury. I think the way Jordan Love looked in that second half, he looked really good. I think the Packers are just a better, deeper team. Matthew Stafford's still missing all his pieces. And hey, man, look, if Devontae Adams going to go, why not go back to the Packers, man? You know what I mean? I think that's another thing you got to look at too, bro. I'm just saying, man. Like, obviously I'm not getting into the whole cap stuff and how much left he's owed and stuff like that. But I think that's another team that, look, man, if you want to go win it all, man, why not think about going back to Devontae Adams, man, and adding him to that squad? I think that would be really good. But yeah, I got Packers winning. I think that I got them winning. I'm gonna go 28-21.
You got the New York Football Giants traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks coming off of that loss against the Lions. New York Giants, they're coming off of a loss against the Cowboys. I don't know the status of Malik Neighbors. I know he's in concussion protocol. I'm gonna go Seattle. They're in Seattle. The 12 is gonna be loud. I think Geno Smith, he played pretty good in that Lions game. I think with the crowd behind him, I think he'll play a little bit better. DK Metcalf's gonna have a big game. And that, we talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery, but Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet might be the second best running tandem in the NFL right now because them boys go.
Yeah.
Them boys, hey, Kenneth Walker, I don't know how many routes that man was running on the outside like a wide receiver. So I got Seattle winning. I'm gonna go 31-20.
Okay. We gotta see what's up with Neighbors. Brian Daboll said that he didn't practice on Wednesday. They said he's still in early stages of concussion protocol, so I don't think that really bodes well. But you never know. We gotta see how the next 2 days goes. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Seattle, man. We know the situation with the New York Giants. This Malik Neighbors are bust, and if he doesn't play, this might be an onslaught. So I'm gonna go with the perception that he isn't gonna play. So I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm gonna say Seahawks win 30-13.
Then you got Sunday Night Football. Dallas Cowboys traveling to the Steel Curtain. Pittsburgh Steelers. Terrible towels are gonna be everywhere. This is a difficult game to pick, but Michael Parsons not playing. DeMarcus Lawrence is not playing. So you know what that means? That running defense is going to be way worse than what it is. Najee Harris is about to look like Derrick Henry on Sunday night, man.
Justin Fields, what you talking about?
Him too. He's going to look like Lamar Jackson.
He might have 100 yards on Sunday night.
I'm going Pittsburgh. I think TJ Watt's going to give Dak Prescott issues. And I got Pittsburgh winning 24-17.
No, I agree with you. I got Pittsburgh winning, especially in it being in Pittsburgh. Dallas missing all those key pieces. I think Justin Fields is going to have a great running day on this. I'm not even going to talk about Najee. I'm still not a fan of Najee, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go Steelers. I'm gonna go 21-17 Steelers.
And watch out for Cordell Patterson was running over folks.
Yeah, Cordell too. Yeah.
And then we got Monday Night Football. New Orleans Saints traveling to Kansas City. New Orleans coming in a little banged up in this game too. No Willie Gay. I think he's going to be out. He broke his arm. Yeah, Tyrann Mathieu out too.
Alvin Kamara's banged up.
Yeah, Alvin's a little banged up, which is prime for my Kansas City Chiefs to win by 3. Um, Anytime interception for Patrick Mahomes. Just don't hurt no more receivers, Pat. Like, come on, man, dog. Just look. If you see him, if you do get picked, just let the man go. I don't care. Just let him go. Just let him go. Just let him score a touchdown. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? We know
Last
you're a
motherfucker
quarterback.
ain't the
We
boy.
know you're a quarterback, man.
Nah, for real.
I don't need you to hurt because it could have been even worse. You could have hurt your throwing shoulder, man. What are you doing?
That's what I said. That's what I said. That's what
So,
I said.
I ain't gonna pick against my team. We at home. It's prime time. I still think we get it done. In the score of, I'm gonna say 24-21 Chiefs.
Yeah, man. It seems like the Rasheed Rice thing might not be as bad as we all thought. It seems like we're getting. I'm hearing good news about his situation. I think he
Yeah.
even posted a message on his IG where, it seems like he may have been lucky and not missed the whole ACL surgery. So,
Yeah.
we just gotta see when he comes back. But look, man, Derek Carr is. This one's tricky because I've seen Derek Carr have big games in Kansas City. I don't think he fears Kansas City. We've seen him win games in Kansas City with the Raiders. Um, this could be a good Rashid Shaheed game to me because he's one of their better deep threats of the ball. If he can connect on that, and Alvin Kamara can give him something, and Chris Olave can be good in the slot, the Saints got a chance. Like the Chiefs aren't blowing anybody out. I think that's been said. Now, can they win these close games? Yes. It seems like they will find a way to fucking win a goddamn close game, no matter what it is. Situation. It could be 2 seconds or 2 minutes. It doesn't matter at this point. They're gonna find a way to fucking win the game. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, man. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go. No, fuck it. I'm gonna go with the Saints. I switched it. I'm gonna go with the Saints. I'm gonna go Derek Carr wins. Surprisingly, I'm gonna go 21-20. I'm gonna go Saints. I think they win on last second field goal.
Chris Jones, baby. You know what to do.
Man, I know. I probably jinxed it. I should have went to
Chris Jones, you know what to do, baby. Just hit him. Just hit Derek Carr by 2 times. He throwing oh shit.
Nah, he only got to do that. Homie gonna be doing that from the get.
All right, man. I would be remiss not to talk about. There's a WWE pay per view on Saturday.
Okay.
WWE Bad Blood. And I had to talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give my predictions on some of these matches that's gonna happen. First off, you got the WWE Women's Champion Bayley versus Nia Jax. These two have been feuding for a while now. Bayley beat Naomi to get the chance to face Nia Jax for this match on Saturday. So I think somehow Tiffany's gonna get involved in this match, and Tiffany's been rolling with Nia Jax. She is the Money in the Bank winner, so she does have the Money in the Bank briefcase, so she can cash in. And they kind of teased it that there might be a little separation from Tiffany and Nia Jax. So I think that she's gonna get involved in this match. I wouldn't be surprised if she cost Nia Jax the match, but I'm still gonna roll with Nia Jax to win this match. You got Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. So these two, Damian Priest was part of the Judgment Day. Him and Rhea Ripley. Recently, Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest and kicked them both out of the Judgment Day. So these two have been beefing for a minute. They finally get to fight at this thing. There have been hints that Finn Balor and the Judgment Day might get something from the Wyatt Six to interrupt this match, but I do have Damian Priest beating Finn Balor in this match. And to piggyback off of that, you got the Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. Dominic Mysterio, who was with Rhea Ripley, but he turned on her for Liv Morgan. He will be hoisted up in the air in a cage, so he cannot interrupt the match. Um, I think Rhea Ripley will end up. I think Rhea Ripley will lose this match because I think there will be another outside interference, and her name is Raquel. I think Raquel will come in and interfere in this match and be a part of the newest member of Judgment Day and be Liv Morgan's sidekick because they were already tag team champions before. Then you got Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. This is more bloodline type deals. Um, Honestly, I don't know who's gonna win this damn match. I don't. I really don't. I think somehow Kevin Owens gets involved because he already doesn't like Roman Reigns because of all the past shit that he brought him through. He doesn't like the fact that Cody Rhodes is teaming up with this dude. Randy Orton kind of got involved. You kind of see a little bit down the line when Randy Orton turns on Cody Rhodes. I think KO comes out and I think he costs them the match. I think he does the stunner to Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns, one of the two. I think he probably he stuns Roman Reigns, costs him the match. Him and Cody get into it. Boom. KO goes for a long heel. So I got Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa winning this match.
Okay.
And the main event, the one that everybody's been waiting for. Part 3 of CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell. If you're not a wrestling fan or you haven't watched wrestling in a while, this is the match you want to see. This is going to be blood, guts everywhere. Beat down of epic proportions. I got CM Punk winning this match though, because I think they want to propel him from this match. Because I think CM Punk will win the Royal Rumble next year to go on to WrestleMania to face whatever champion he wants to face, whether it be Gunther or whatever. But yeah, CM Punk winning against Drew McIntyre in a bloodbath. But I got CM Punk winning.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So when do you think The Rock will come back?
I think he will come back Royal Rumble. No. I take that back. Survivor Series. When we finally get Bloodline OG versus New Bloodline, I think he shows his face at the end. And he reveals that he was the tribal chief giving Solo Sikoa orders. And this when we start tapping into The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas and Allegiant Stadium.
I know tickets are going on sale soon for that, ain't it?
October 29th. Well, October 25th is pre-sale, and then October 29th is the official date. So you can buy tickets.
So definitely want to try to go to that. I've never been to a wrestling event. I know I talked about that. Yeah, so WrestleMania would be a cool.
Matter of fact, I need to hit up Wilson and see if he got the hookup. Because he works at Allegiant. He's like the marketing people for them.
Oh, like try to see if you can get like the pre-sale.
I'm just saying, man. Get some tickets, slide them to us, man.
Shit, it's not. I already know another person I could ask. Got to see though.
So, all right, brother. You got anything else?
Nah, man. You know what I mean? I think it was a great show, man. I think we hit everything.
For sure. Well, you know what we got to do.
Gotta pay the bills.
Bam.
Yes, sir. Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. I know you're asking, why Magnet? It's power-packed electrolytes, and it rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement, whether you're in training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link, drinkmagnet.com. Also, you can use the promo code Cris in Mall to get $5 off your purchase. So shout out to Magnet. Make sure you use the promo code, man. Save a little cash, man. And, get some great drinks that help you get some energy.
Also, if you want to donate to the Crystal Mall podcast, you can donate to our Cash App, Crystal Mall Podcast. We'll accept all donations, man. And it would be $1, 25, $25, whatever you want to give, man. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We don't take it lightly. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to give us, man, we will greatly appreciate.
Appreciate it for sure.
Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use to listen to your podcast, the Chris Allen podcast is available. So go ahead and follow us. If you're a first time watcher on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays, usually at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you could jump into live like DJ Ant was earlier. Talk about these topics with us. You know what I'm saying? Get involved. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear from y'all, man. We want you to be a part of this show just as much as we are. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or Twitch, whatever you use to do your social media on, we want you guys to follow us at Crystal and Mall. We will follow you back because we're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of other things. So go ahead and follow us. Hit us up if we have critiques, feedback, or if you have a topic or a question that you want us to bring up on the show that's sports related, music related, movie related, whatever, and we like this question or topic, we will bring it up on the show. We will shout you out on the show because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via email, DM, or our mentions, and we will get back with you as soon as we can. So, all right, good people. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Hope you have a good rest of your week. Be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy out here in these times. So shout out to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy this week of sports. And we'll see y'all Monday. We out.